What did Tyrese Haliburton, Damian Lillard, Jayson Tatum, Gilbert Arenas, Calvin Ridley, and Roquan Smith all have in common? They all wore the number 0, and somehow every single one of them ended up connected to controversy, collapse, injuries, suspension, heartbreak, or career-changing moments. At some point, people started asking a weird question: is the number 0 cursed in sports? In sports, jersey numbers become part of identity. 23 means greatness.
The circle puts the shot in the air. Good! The game's over, and the Bulls have won.
24 means killer mentality.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? No, I don't think so.
7 usually means superstardom. But 0 is different. 0 represents nothing, nobody, empty. And strangely enough, some of the biggest athletes to wear it have seen chaos follow them. Let's start with the man who made 0 iconic, Gilbert Arenas, Agent 0, one of the coldest scorers of the 2000s, fearless, explosive, box office. But his career went from superstar to disaster almost overnight. Injuries started piling up, then came the infamous locker room incident.
Arenas pleaded guilty January 15th to a felony gun charge.
Gil might have had an extra charge or two because of how many guns he had. So, those were serious things, and I just feel like, man, and not blaming Gil, but the stove hot.
And just like that, the player who made 0 legendary became one of basketball's biggest cautionary tales. Almost like the number came with a price. Then there's Damian Lillard, another superstar wearing 0, clutch, fearless, one of the greatest shot makers ever. But despite all the iconic moments, there's always heartbreak attached to his story. Injuries,
There were serious concerns for Damian.
playoff exit.
I thought they were right. We were really close. I was proud of the way we competed. We lost 4-1. A little bit frustrated with last night, obviously the way the series went. But, it's the way it happened. I think sometimes you got to go through these kind of things, and you got to learn your lesson from it and move forward. Got up this morning, and I was like, man, the season over. I don't want to watch no playoffs. I don't want to watch no games. Just kind of in one of those moods. But, we had a great season.
Roster failures, trade drama. Even after years of loyalty to Portland, his ending there became messy, and fans started joking. Maybe the 0 jersey is cursed. Jayson Tatum wears 0 too, and while he's already a superstar, his career constantly gets judged harsher than almost anyone else. Bad playoff games become national headlines. Every finals loss gets replayed forever. Every cold streak gets magnified. People expect perfection from him, and whenever he struggles, the memes instantly come out. Typical number 0 performance.
Here's where the shade comes in. The shade of not measuring up to expectations. 21.7 points, lowest in the postseason since 2019. 41% shooting, worst of his playoff career. 27% shooting from three-point range, worst of his playoff career. Piggybacking off of what you didn't do 2 years ago. Last year, you get injured in that Game 7 after being down 0-3, but then tying it up to force a Game 7, and then you get hurt early. You come back this year, you're on the record in front of Malika Andrews, the great Malika Andrews here, telling the world, I think I'm the best in the world. And we all know we've been waiting to see it. And then the playoffs begin, and you're giving us this? Nah.
Then there's Tyrese Haliburton. For a while, he looked unstoppable, the future face of the league.
Now, how about this for a replay? Throw it in the backcourt. Now, Milwaukee changed their defensive guys. They matched up. Everything worked except for one thing. You just saw a magical.
Here we go. Haliburton. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Haliburton gone. What a comeback in overtime. Rebound.
And then they get cross-matched here. He's able to just create the space.
What a game and how come.
Tried to give your choke sign to the Knicks, and the game's not over.
Then suddenly,
Haliburton falls down. He looks hurt. Here comes SGA the other way. Inside, and Williams throws it down. Haliburton's hurt right away when he fell. Of course, that strained calf. He's in pain, so emotional.
people questioning whether he was overrated. It's almost like every athlete wearing 0 reaches a point where momentum completely flips. And it's not just basketball. Calvin Ridley wore 0, then got suspended for gambling.
Play football this year, pending appeal. Calvin Ridley has been suspended for an entire season for betting on NFL games. The league says he did it.
Roquan Smith wears 0 and became tied to constant contract drama and chaos early in his career.
Is off the table, but so are the contract negotiations. A lot to break down here. Adam Schefter had the note here first, saying after not landing the new deal he wanted and returning to practice today for the first time during this summer's training camp, Bears Roquan Smith said, quote, "This is the last year of my deal, and I'm going to bet on myself as I've always done." Courtney Cronin added some notes as well. Roquan called the contract negotiation process with the Bears, quote, "distasteful." What did he mean by that? Quote, "I think it's just more so not coming to an agreement when I feel like I've busted my ass so long here and not being rewarded with something I thought was rightfully deserved." Smith continued here. In a sense, it's like, hey, you bust your ass, you may get rewarded in a sense. But hey, that's that. I'm moving past it now, and I'm focused on the season and going out there and enjoying the time with my guys because that's who I truly care about. So
the NFL only recently allowed players to wear 0 again, and somehow the number instantly started collecting strange storylines. But maybe this isn't actually a curse. Maybe it's psychology, because athletes who wear 0 usually want attention. The number stands out. It's rebellious, different. Most players wear traditional numbers, but wearing 0 says, I'm not like everybody else. And with that attention comes pressure, higher expectations, more criticism, more spotlight. So when things go wrong, people remember it more. Still, the pattern is weird. Superstars, controversy, injuries, heartbreak, suspensions, pressure, all connected to the same number, 0. Maybe it's coincidence, or maybe some numbers carry energy with them. And in sports, 0 might be the most dangerous number of all. Do you think the number 0 is actually cursed, or am I reaching? Comment another athlete who wore 0 and had a crazy career story. And subscribe for more sports conspiracies, stories, and deep dives.